I'm chugging water. Right before the stream, I'm like... You gotta glug all that water. And then you're fully hydrated. Or you're just sweating. One of the two. So, 3, 2, 1... Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It's the BNO stream today on this fine 29th of September 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. I'm having a wonderful week too. Sup Fetty, how's it going? But yeah, no, this week's been busy, jam-packed, and how about let's jam into the game. Here we go. Wah! But yeah, so on the last week's stream, played probably more of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the GBA than is remaining, but don't worry, I've got a backup game if we end this in the 1 hour 12 kind of period. You'll oh my gosh, absolutely down that bottle of water. But yeah, it's been pretty much the whole first half of the game. We now go to attend the potions class in the dungeons. Good thing I'm in the dungeons already. But yeah, now how you doing, Fetty? It's been a crazy week. Remember when you were getting caught by every single student? That is true. Hopefully, I mean, I don't have to get caught this very moment. I do have my flute button, at the very least. What I don't remember is where in the dungeons the potions class was. It's been a while. It's been a while. We'll get there. Oh my gosh, buttons. It's R. It's R. That's the button I'm looking for. I don't know why I'm like meandering around. Anyways, I mean, we just gotta look for a door, right? Yeah, exactly. It had to be here somewhere. I think it remarkable that only 3 students should manage to find all 4 of the ingredients for the Wiggenweld potion that I set you last... Wow, what a run-on sentence, man. Perhaps you can enlighten us how you, Mr. Weasley and Miss Granger, happen to be the only ones to glean the Wiggen tree bark. I think he needed an it rather than an it at the beginning. That was the one. If you would like to mix up the potion. Okay, sure. There you go. Once you've used it, you may return to this cauldron at any time to refill it. Chancellor Professor Flitwick is next. Well, that was a fairly quick goal, wasn't it? We were right there. That's okay. Probably a lot of English is like, yeah, if you like use the slightly wrong versions of words, it's like, it's probably alright in some older version of English. There's lots of ones out there. But, yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's like Latin has, like, barely any, like, rules. Because everything is just following the same kind of rule set. And then English is just like, you know, to be fair, when teachers teach I before E except after C, that's not even a rule. That's not even like a convention. That's a lot of easy English words are indeed following that rule. But like, that's it. That's all it is. They don't like, it's not really a rule. It's just like a, well, more do than don't, I guess. Look at this lad. Yeah, blame the French for that one. Welcome to Charms, and a particular welcome to Harry Potter. How you do resemble your mother, dear boy. This term will be starting with a decidedly uplifting charm, if you'll pardon the pun. Wingardium Leviosa. Now, I'm going to say it wrong every time, intentionally. The levitation charm. Are you all ready, class? Jolly good. Then let us begin. And I gotta do a memory game yet again. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left. Because this is gonna get kind of gnarly on the memory game. So left, down, right, up, left, right, up, I've tapped them already. You can't tell, but I've tapped them already. I've got a fairly alright pattern. down, right, up, left, right, oh, left, right, up, down, left. Left, down, right, up, left, right, up, down, left. I got it. I remembered it. Don't worry. I was reading it out wrong out loud. I got there. Too good. And now I shall lose it all in a moment. Especially you, Mr. Potter. Such elegance. Quick-witted. So like your dear mother. Mentioning the mother is... I mean, I guess, you know, he's old enough to remember, I guess. But still, it's just like... He knows what happened to her. And Harry's like 10. Yeah. What does he know? To be fair, Snape is fixated on Harry's dad. But that one is a bit rightly so. Flitwick probably was a teacher at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyways, we can use Wingardium Leviosa for things. Let's see, I got buttons for days, apparently. We've now started, we must collect the 6 stars. I did not know about this challenge before. There we go. Where did this come from? Do I just... yeah, okay. I can't move it diagonally. It just stops if you try diagonally. But okay. We'll get there. But yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's been a fairly exciting week. I have been spending so much time working on, that Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, retro achievement set, which, I guess is now a confirmation, because I think they properly went live with the claims and stuff, I think on Tuesday, so after I started streaming. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see what people do and what people get out of it. I don't think my set's a particularly extravagant Wii game in the sense of like, you know, I've done World Tour on the PS2, so like we've been in this camp before for the most part. But no, well, not at the moment. Just because it got dropped doesn't mean it can't be re-picked up at some point later on. And who knows, maybe they might extend the language to be like, yeah, no, we're finding too many games that are struggling too hard with, I always keep using Lumos. Maybe you could, well, to be fair, I avoided the links list when it came to Guitar Hero World Tour. That was the one, so I wouldn't say I've mastered it. There is a strict point when your links list is just too gnarly to work with in the retro achievement system, and it's because the retro achievement system can't iterate. It can't actually evaluate through the list. It needs to look at every possible address and evaluate the value, and that gets very, very annoying when, say in my case, I'm actually probably going to run up against this, and if I can't find a workaround, it's going to be very iffy. Which is, not only do you need to, like, you look at the next value. Yeah. Like, the rough way to work with it is you'd have to look at the first element in the list, and then you'd have to iterate and look at the second element in the list, and then you'd have to iterate and look at the third element in the list, and you'd probably have to evaluate all possible lengths, assuming that you can even, like, calculate how long that links list is meant to be. This is a curious layout. Oh my goodness, it's a chest. Whoa! Whoa! Hold on. Whoa. Yeah, exactly. Like the character limit. What is the character limit? 65k, 64,000 letters. It's like, yeah, you only get so much room for instructions, and while you can probably fit, you know, a decent several hundred instructions in there, you know, your linked list needs to be doing quite a bunch. Sorry, your traversal through the linked list is doing quite a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so at some point it becomes too hard. Also on top of that, I think everyone can clearly see that, like, it's rather inefficient when you're doing it that way. When you're, like, because you can't just, like, yeah, look at one element, then move to the next element over and over again. You have to, like, look at one element, evaluate the value, and look at the, like, and then start from the top again, look at two values, and look at it. It's so inefficient. It is very, very inefficient. So hopefully, the memory system works. We do have, yeah, but it was also never really supported. We do have the recall memory feature, and while I do think that's actually quite nice because it allows you to do these kinds of linked lists now. You can actually recall the position you're up to, check the value, and then if that's not it, you can then immediately go to the next value. So you can actually kind of handle a linked list the regular way, I feel. But you do still need... is there a better option than Lua? Well, it doesn't really matter. I did not pay attention to what... Oh, Quidditch match. I was not paying attention to what Ron said. Also, wow, we gotta do another Quidditch match. Let's do a save, just in case. Is there a better option than Lua? I think the rule that you want is you need something that can run on multiple platforms. I guess Retro Achievements is really only for x86. But really, like any programming language is fine. I generally err towards ones that are declarative rather than imperative. So Lua is imperative. Most of the ones you may be used to, like if you're going to see Python or JavaScript sometimes, will be imperative. Hi, yes, no? Further south, further south. And the reason why I like declarative ones is because obviously there's the halting problem is really annoying to reason with. Oh, there it is. Wherever it... okay. Whoa. I mean, he accelerates with A. I'm standing right on it. And it's got this dodge button. Now we're in secondary mode. Really hammered at the point... Well, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of problem with retro achievements. Like, how would I put it? Not a problem with retro achievements, but like, this is the problem that I think inevitably a lot of people are gonna run into, is that these games are obviously, you know, getting more and more complicated as we go to, not necessarily newer systems, but newer, there we go. Too good. Well, yeah. So as the consoles get larger and larger, you're naturally going to see more programmatic forms of memory usage. And the mysterious Nicholas Flamel. The Wii's got 24 megs of RAM in one bank, and then 64 megs in another one. So it adds up to 88, which is a decent bit more than the 32 on the PS2, but I don't think it's a ridiculously, like, higher value. Like, I don't think you're really going to be seeing too many things on the Wii that you didn't see on the PS2. So it's quite fair. I honestly, like, you know, the 3DS and DOS would have been slightly easier systems. What? It's nighttime! I guess we're going to that forbidden corridor, aren't we? Or floor 2, I guess. But ultimately, like, yeah, the big problem is that we're looking at more and more complex... you know, implementations of how to handle things in memory. And at some point, you know, it's going to get so ridiculous that it's not stationary at all. You just have to... 3DS is officially confirmed. It's in the shortlist? I don't know if it's actually been in the talks or anything, but... We're going to the mirror, not for Pendo. Well, that wasn't quite what I was looking at, but sure, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I know it's definitely one that it's like, well, it really should be supported at some point, so... but yeah. Hi there. Where's the book? But yeah, ultimately, like, the tooling needs to be capable of more dynamic kinds of structures, and that's why I don't mind the idea of iterables. If we can somehow provide a range of things and then iterate over them, you can somewhat guarantee halting, maybe? You might be able to guarantee halting, while also still able to... And and using subroutines and stuff, you might still be able to guarantee halting and stuff, but it is more of a programming kind of tool. I guess that's the thing though, is that like, it's not a problem necessarily for new people. Also, is this the book? Are all these books? I should be tapping A on every single one of these desks. No, this is just like a lectern theater. But oh, never mind. We're doing puzzle. Oh boy! Wow. Okay. Alright, we're really doing this. But yeah, like the more complicated things that are added into the retro achievements logic, I guess the harder it is for new people to review, and also offering them too much can get daunting and confusing. Obviously, the more reduced of a language set you have, the easier it is for people to grapple. Yeah, why can I move so many of these around? Also, why was that bugging out like that? Okay. Yeah, like for example, I haven't done a lot of older sets, but the one that I did do was Vastille on the PC Engine CD. And that one was a crazy straightforward set to do. And, like, because all the memory was just like flat out, like it was just right there. 0 pointers to deal with at all. It was just all just chilling right there. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that like junior devs can't do PS2 or PSP games in like a practicality thing, but it's more like a there's reasons, there's ways that it can go wrong. Also, hi, what is this like random room over here? Oh, it's a turtle. Oh, it's just spitting out at me. That's a spitty at me. Oh, goody. But yeah, maybe at some point they'll let junior devs handle some of these systems. But I also think that, yeah, like, you know, how does one handle this when things go into scale? I personally really liked how the RA tools domain language works. And I wouldn't mind if maybe there were like, you know, could we extend the regular retro achievements logic with what is available in that? Maybe. It's very smart at what it does, but it's not entirely, I guess, official. It is still an unofficial way wrap around everything, even though it makes my life a lot easier. I do prefer working in it than I do the real retro achievements logic, so... But who knows? So for reference, for all the people who haven't been in previous conversations with me about this, yes, I'm currently, yeah, hopefully there won't be too many. So for reference, yeah, I'm working on Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, which is the last of the Guitar Hero games. So far, it seems very normal. Like, I also did the retro achievement set for Guitar Hero World Tour on the PS2, and honestly, there's a lot of similarities. A lot of the career progression is in a, we don't talk about that one, but a lot of the career progression is quite, like, stable, in the sense that, like, it's just there in memory, at a very, like, clear and static location. Did I even need to move those other ones? Who knows? Can't move that. Yeah, we don't talk about GH Live. But yeah, also a lot of the player-specific data is in a very stable spot as well, which is very, very nice. Yeah, I don't imagine it's like that bad. I think it's more just like... There's like a couple of things about it. The set list is a little small. Obviously as well, it's just the guitar, and therefore the amount of content is a fair bit kind of lower than maybe previous titles that we're used to. I guess no character customization, because all of that is locked behind, well, it's all FMV. The community used the 6th fret. Oh, they liked it better? Okay. I like the idea of the 2 strings though, because, you know, at some point, Guitar Hero is a very solved game. A lot of people are probably like, you know, like, by the time I played Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, I was like ready for expert on everything. And by ready, I mean, the harder songs would still kick my butt a bit, but, you know, like, I could dive into a lot of the earlier songs on expert, and I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, but yeah, the tricky part that I found about Warriors of Rock is that there's a big hash map with all these global constants, and the way that I know is because yeah, someone has made a debug menu for Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, as well as every other Guitar Hero game on the Wii, and in particular for Warriors of Rock, that debug menu had to be compiled into the game's script files. So the game's script files are, I think they're .q files, but I don't actually know if Q is an official language or something that they've used. But the syntax is fairly readable. Like, if you saw the source code, or at least the deconstructed, decompiled code, you'd go, yeah, that's fairly clear. Is it this bookshelf? Oh, look, a giant book. I better get out of here quick. Yeah, I'm curious about that, Not gonna let me out that door. We're gonna have to go out the other door, the new door. No? That door's locked. Okay. Yeah, there's a big hash map of all the global variables, and I found out that the modified kind of main executable with all the modified scripts basically like sets up those variables, and then the game handles those variables right off the bat. But yeah, I have no idea where it's naturally like invoking that menu, if at all. Oh, that's kind of weird. That book just unchanged on me. Okay. Did I want me to wander back this way? Why? Maybe not. This feels odd to backtrack this whole way. It feels like the door that I came down should have opened up. That's what it felt like. So maybe I'm doing a silly. Maybe I'm going the wrong way or something. Who knows? Well, we'll find out very shortly, I guess. Who knows? So all that debug menu, it's shown me a bunch of things that are nice about the stationary memory, but it's overcomplicated. Oh no, this door just opened up on the way back. No, that was intended. That one was intended. And now I am in the backlots. So all the global variables are effectively defined in a hash map. They hash the string values into something, and then you've got some structure. It's 20 bytes large, so it's fairly like small, and it doesn't have a next pointer. And like, I thought it was a linked list. I don't think it is a linked list. I think it is just like, it's just there as a map. I will move one. There we go. Am I meant to get spotted here? Because and he lost 12 points because I keep using the wrong spell. But I'm getting a detention anyways. Ah. Oh well. So I've wandered around, and why is it telling me to find the Nicholas Flamel book when he said go to your common room, and the common room's up north? Or am I meant to just like say hi to Hermione? Take that outdoor bookcase, bookshelf everywhere. Big snout. There you go. She was here the whole time. says that there are the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh my goodness. Nicholas Flamel, the stone is legendary. That portrait there on the right, which one? The valve one? Right out of the secret exit. Well, I can't go see it right now. Snape's trying to steal the Sorcerer's Stone from down the Forbidden Corridor. Oh no, we gotta do something. Weasley's gonna, sorry, he's gonna be coughing up slugs soon. Yeah, poor people are ugly. So I'm going to Quidditch. That's my goal. But yeah, so I got to toy around with the hash map. But since all the global variables go there, that also includes where all the the global cheats, as well as some global parts about the game state. Weirdly, not what mode the player is in, because that seems to be written down per player, which is a bit of a godsend. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what am I okay with working with. I really hope the cheats are not just like all thrown into that hash map, and I have to look at every single address, because that's gonna... I think I'll be able to get away with it, but only for like some things. I don't actually think I'll be able to yeah, I'm curious what I'll do there. So, anyways, the moral of the story is it's going to be a very big set, and it's been a while since I've played Quidditch. Like 10 minutes. But no, it's gonna be a very big set, because there's a lot of songs in the game, and there's quite a number of modes. Wow! But I'll give you some more updates as we go, and also it is not going to be available. How long will I take? Probably not. I mean, it'll probably take a while, because like, I do need to sit through a bunch of the songs and just kind of replay test a lot of things. So I think it probably will take like, you know, a couple of months at least. But the Wii rollout is not going to be like, it's not finishing this year. I'm very certain they're giving like 6 months of time for it, which gives plenty of time to work on subsets and stuff like that. But no, it is also because it's a big one, and they're trying to make it very big. So lots of time available for QA and all that stuff. Oh, grab, yoink! I said March 18th. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's nearly 6 months away.
Well done, Harry. You are absolutely brilliant. You gained 50 house points for Gryffindor. I'm sorry to remind you, Harry, but Professor Snape's asked me to take your detention. Professor Snape's alright, really. He just gets a mite over the top with his punishments sometimes. Now, I've just got a couple of things to prepare first, so I'll meet you at the forest edge by the gate to the Forbidden Forest.
I'm just going to follow him instead of him wandering off screen, because I've never gone to the Forbidden Forest. Or have I? I've gone to Hagrid's hut, which feels very forbidden. I don't know if it's the Forbidden Forest, but... I love that, like, the Zed fighting on the sprites.
Right then, now listen carefully, because it's dangerous what we're gonna do tonight, and I don't want you taking risks. Follow me through here.
I don't know what accent I'm going for, but okay. Yeah, I still gotta do Brain Age as well. That's my current set right now. But oh, Snappy's completely disappeared from view. Ah, the goblin. I would really prefer if I could actually follow Hagrid instead of like him disappearing, and I just have to remember that, like, yeah, he's gone somewhere. Don't get lost, Harry, he says. And then this happens. What a strange place to get stuck in. It's a bit weirdly repetitive of a game, given that you have to go through, like, these areas again and again as well. And it's strange, because the Game Boy Color version is repetitive in the sense that the gameplay, like the attack loop is, you know, a bit of the same thing again and again. But, like, these forest sequences, it's like, we've been in the forest. I've played these games before, it's like that, so... but yeah, there hasn't really been too much in the news over the past, few weeks, but there was one story I saw, which was a rumor. I actually want to see... Hold on, bonus points. Can I find... I want to see if I can find the exact article from... Here we go. This article was written by tomsguide.com, and it specifically cites Moore's Law is Dead, everyone's favorite YouTuber. I don't know, sometimes he's right, but I'm like, he's more often not right at all. And it's very... I guess I like these articles in the sense that, like, well, they can't hide being wrong at that point. Anyways, this article. PlayStation 6 could be up to 8 times faster than the PlayStation 5, according to new spec leak. And I'm like, okay, 8 times faster? That's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. You just follow the unicorn, Harry. What? Oh, there's an up here? Yeah, up. Oh, see, it's misty. See, it's very misty. It can be as fast as, like, well, it needs to have games. Yes. To be fair, like, it's getting some... And honestly, like, you know, it plays a lot of other games. I think we're sort of well beyond the space of console exclusives, but that does also mean the console is much less special. And I don't really like that. Why would I get it when I could just get a good, you know, PC that can play a lot of games that I already own? You know what I mean? Like, that's the predicament we're in. The consoles are very much like PCs, and the PCs are very capable. But to go on this article as well, so they cite Moore's Law is Dead, saying, you know, here's the alleged specs of the PlayStation 6. It will reportedly utilize an AMD Orion APU. That's a 280, it should be a square millimeter in this article. They didn't have that, except the Switch 2. Well, the Switch 2's got exclusives, and also it's a handheld system of some variety, which is why the handheld PCs are also an interesting kind of value prospect, and I'll get into those in a little bit. But yeah, 280 square millimeter die fabbed on a 3nm TSMC node. This is just what they're doing. Oh yeah, and they did raise the price of that, which is just like, it's so, like, the reason why, like, computer chips go down in price is, like, economy of scale. It's like, you've made the chip, the technology is better, you've improved on that kind of technology, and it seems like, well, if the price goes up, then we've hit scarcity. We're literally, like, silicon costs or energy costs or maintenance costs. Like, all this stuff is costing more nowadays than it used to, which is very odd. Why are we not, like, addressing this? For power costs, it seems that the demand is up, so I think that's why power costs are just higher in general recently. Why is the demand higher? Oh, you know, sorry, I gotta power my AI workstation and all this stuff to crunch numbers just to tell someone what could have been done in a Google search. Like, it's a bit of a cynical view on, you know, various AI use cases, but I do think it's kind of true. There's a lot of businesses out there where it's just like, this does not make sense. Oh my goodness. Well, we've thrown literally every kind of enemy at me. Oh. These pixies are so hard to, like... Yeah, they're so hard to avoid, because they fly straight at you, rather than most of these other enemies, which have, like, at least a track. And then you have to somehow find where this thing is. They really need to put the pixies past the, you know, the Venus flytrap, rather than on the way. Because then you have to awkwardly run past them. You can't boot them. I'm going to be very careful. I say very careful, and then I just fire this thing the wrong way. But yeah, anyways, 3 nanometer TSMC node is like, that's the normal one, we expect that. It will be using up to 10 Zen 6 cores. I guess this is a big unknown right now. We don't know how many cores are going to be on a single chiplet for Zen 6. There were originally rumors saying it'd be double, so that would be up to 16 cores. Then there were rumors saying, well, maybe it's 12. This one's saying 10, but we don't know. For reference, current chiplets only support up to 8 on a single chiplet. That means that the 12 and the 16 core processors use they use 2 chiplets, which you get some latency between those, and so it's not really the most ideal for games. Yeah, and you really don't see any better game performance when you do that, so yeah, I don't really see any reason to push further. Also, I guess lots of games are still woefully single-threaded. They're getting much better at utilizing lots of cores for background tasks, but they still rely on the main thread having the most amount of work to do. And they also still rely on at least one thread being the absolute main thread. Everything's got to work well on that main thread or else. So I'm not too sure if pushing further than 8 is exactly the, I guess, the goal. Someone might say, well, haven't we had 8 core processors in consoles for 3 generations now? And I'm like, well, technically, yeah, although the PS3 is a little bit of a curious case, but technically, yeah. No, that makes sense. It will also feature 52 to 54 RDNA 5 compute units, which is entirely a number. I'm just like, that is certainly something that is being said. I don't know if RDNA 5 is going to be any better. It's not out yet. Who knows? But it can make sense that they are going to use kind of a bleeding edge technology there for both processors and the graphics, because they've done it before. At least, you know, the PlayStation 5 would have been well under production by the time the desktop graphics cards for what would it have been, RDNA 2 at the time? I think it was RDNA 2. By the time those came out, you know, the PS5 would have been basically in manufacturing at that point. So it's a big assumption that that architecture is going to do what it needs to do. We don't know how well it will perform, so certainly every time you see an article say, oh, you know, it'll be up to 8 times, you know, better than the previous PlayStation, it's like, you are assuming that this architecture will work. If this was Intel, I think we'd all have doubts, but for some odd reason, sometimes AMD gets a little bit of a pass, I don't know why. And up to 30 to 40 gigabytes of GDDR7 RAM. They've been using GDDR5 on the PS5. Is that a troll? We fighting a troll? Oh, we're fighting a troll. Okay, well, good thing I remembered that he doesn't take hits. Oh, can I just run away from him? I can just run away from him, okay. Is he gonna chase me here, or do I need to beat him? Oh, there's a dead unicorn. Oh, hi there. How you doing? I don't need no food. Harry was rescued in the nick of time by the centaur Firenze and rode on its back to safety. Firenze explained that unicorn blood had the power to keep someone alive who was an inch from death. Dang, those abs. Harry realized that the hooded figure he'd seen in the clearing was none other than he who must not be named, Lord Voldemort. Firenze. I'm so glad he put me right next to the troll again. At least as a savior. 30 to 40 gigabytes is definitely more than the existing consoles. They have 16. It is unified. It is also... Do I need to fight him, or do I just go in the... No, I came from there. We've got a lot of mushrooms here. Okay, I just leave. I'm just leaving. I mean, at this point in the story, like, that's when we leave the Forbidden Forest, right? You think after playing 3 of these games I'd remember what the plot's like. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. I know I can inspect these for beans. Do I keep going through walls or no? Okay. Yeah, 30 to 40 gigabytes. It's definitely a bump up. I'd probably say 32 is the easy number to go with. You don't see a lot of... I mean, 32 is definitely nice for computer systems, and honestly, like, the amount of video memory needed is quite insane. So honestly, 32 is probably a comfy amount. You know, because lots of games don't use more than 16 gigs of system RAM, but certainly they'll use the video memory. If it goes for 40, it's super comfy, but I mean, I'd probably expect 32. It might be kind of pricey though. Memory is rather expensive these days. Also, watch out for people using their PlayStation 6s for AI training. If you do that, someone's gonna do it, 100%. Offering between 34 and 40 teraflops of GPU performance. Teraflops is always a bit of a kind of like, you know, depends on the software kind of thing as well. Because different architectures may or may not deliver more teraflops in certain workloads than others. It really is an arbitrary figure. I'm so glad I cannot figure out how to go there. That's okay. I'm only on the brink of death. He's wandered into the mystical... I think I'm defeating him. He's somewhere off screen. Gosh, what is this, Final Fantasy?
Aberforn! Wingardium Leviosa! Alohomora! Aberforn!
Am I meant to stand on? Oh, okay. I can never tell if I need to stand on the button or if I need to, like, hit something on it. No, I'm not the biggest fan of these forest sections. Especially when it's doing this, you know? I'm just like, oh my gosh, like... level design. Yeah! It feels like I'm glitching the game, but no, this is just like how they've designed the level. I'm assuming it's linear. I'm assuming I'm going the right way. I am not sure if finding a save means I've gone the right way. I don't think it is. No, because I would have came from there. So I've just wandered around in a circle. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. 34 to 40 teraflops is, well, I mean, that is 8 times more than the PS5, which I guess is okay, I guess. I guess the question is, do we expect this performance, though? Do we expect 8 times? And I guess, you know, one point is like, okay, well, for reference, the PS5 Pro, I think is twice, if not 2.5 times more powerful than the... Maybe not 2.5. No, not 2.5. It might be. It might be double the performance of the PlayStation 5. But it also doesn't seem to visually achieve anything that, like, incredible. And I feel like part of the problem is obviously, like, one, art styles are intense. They cancelled Borderlands... Well, not cancelled. They indefinitely delayed Borderlands 4 on the Switch 2, by the way. As I was... money for nothing and games for free. Money for nothing's in War of the Rock, so... There you go. But yeah, no, they cancelled indefinitely Borderlands 4 on the Switch 2, so me wondering, where's the Switch 2 footage? Well, that would have answered it, so... Good thing I found that one out. But it is on the Series S, and it seems to run okay on the Series S. Who knows? But I do not know where I'm meant to be going. Given I had to shoot something to get over here, you would imagine that I would have found something just there, or something similar to that. But okay. I mean, probably 8 times the performance might seem, like, okay, might be natural. But yeah, like, we really need games to be visually much better in order to really justify this thing. The problem right now is that the current trend of graphics is to, you know, we need to push for ray tracing by any means necessary, and unfortunately that means effectively you cop this very inefficient form of rendering onto the clients at the other end. So we need PlayStation 5s and PlayStation 6s in order to run our games, you know, in the way that developers need us to do. Okay, well, one, I fell down the pit anyways. Also, this guy wasn't here when I wandered back. But also, where am I going? Where am I going? I mean, I don't think that troll is, you know, a necessary part of the level in any way. I think he's just there, but why am I able to wander around in circles? This bush is one of the worst things in the world, I tell you. It is truly a forbidden forest. It is truly forbidden. And we got these, like, snails, and they go into the dead zones, and it's just like, you can't follow them. They're not visible. You can't tell what they're doing. So... but are these rumors correct? Well, honestly, like, it's probably a guess. I mean, we're probably at that stage where they are about to start locking in parts and architecture for the PlayStation 6. Not anything that developers are going to get their hands on for a bit, because that'd be kind of odd if they got their hands on RDNA 6. I think that was the... something in my inventory that, like, gave me all my health back. Maybe it was the pumpkin pasty. But also, I don't remember any of those guys being there. So, basically all these talks about the performance of moot when the games don't look... well, exactly. So, that's a great segue to the Sony State of Play. The Tokyo Game Show was on last weekend, and Sony decided to announce a bunch of this stuff at that time. I did not write any of this down, and I do not remember the game names off the top of my head, so honestly, I have no idea. How did... Am I going somewhere different? I've somehow found something different after falling down a hole. And also, I can't push my way back here. Okay. Alright, so I need to somehow find the other side of this platform so I can hit this button over there, I guess. Okay. Yeah, this one, it got announced kind of quick. I wasn't expecting it, but, honestly, there weren't really a ton of games in it that I was, like, hugely impressed by. I think the big two was the one that's the sequel to Returnal. I never played Returnal, and honestly, this kind of looks like more Returnal from what I can gather, and that's fine and fair, but it's also like, yeah, it was a very lackluster demo they showed, because they walked forward through a hallway for a while, like, Soros, yeah, that's the one. They need to, like, you know... They need to do more exciting trailers, because that was really a waste of time, what I was seeing there. And it's probably a fine game. I don't know what all these bonus areas are. I've just wandered out of the forest, apparently. There you are, Harry. Did you find any trace of what's hurting the unicorns? I don't have time to talk about it. I must tell everyone else. Okay. We thought you'd never get here. I got rather sidetracked in the forbidden... yeah, it is. The other first-party exclusive is, the Wolverine game, and they showed off bits of it in kind of an action-y trailer, and I'm like, seems fine. Seems fine. I think we'll see when it comes out. We need to go down the Forbidden Corridor and steal it. Let's go. I mean, this is the point in the movie where we're on our way out, right? There we go, just save here. There you go. Gotta not be seen by students, apparently. So I gotta wander up to the third floor. The Wolverine game. Yeah, it took a while, but I'm feeling confident. Apparently, I love the fact that we can't cast anyone but Australians as Wolverine these days. It's like, oh, okay. I'm all for it, man. But it's like, oh, dude, we're never gonna break that, are we? Ah, it's Peeves. Hi, Peeves. Am I meant to follow Peeves? Oh, snap. Oh, gosh. Gosh. What? Does he crazy alert that guy? Is that my problem? I walked out into Peeves and Peeves decided to ruin it for me? Maybe. What? There's Filch doing Filch things. I'm not even meant to... There's no doors over here. Where? Unless the corridor's on the right part. Ah! The stealth sections are back in full force, I tell ya. Oh, is this it? Is this it down here? Yeah, it probably is it. Okay, there are spikes. Okay, I can just walk around the spikes, okay. There were a couple of other ones. There's a bit of a meme. I remember in one previous state of play, they showed off the PS2 version of Deus Ex was coming to PlayStation Plus, and I thought, like, oh, you know, the only bit of Deus Ex news we'll ever get. Turns out, Asper's doing a remaster in the same vein as the Tomb Raider ones, but it's only Deus Ex, and there's no other features they've mentioned. And not to say Deus Ex needs any improvement or needs any new features, but rather, why would I buy this? I mean, I haven't actually played the 1, 2, 3 remasters as well. I think they felt a little more meaningful in the sense that, like, well, you did get the expansions in a way that the original releases never gave them, and especially the Tomb Raider 3 kind of gold levels, they were never available for digital download ever until then. So at the very least, it's like, well, you can argue that, like, okay, well, they're offering something there. 4, 5, 6, I don't. Oh, okay. Took him 2 hours to run. It's a little iffy, but there's some nice guides. I think you should have asked me, because I'm like, oh, I would have suggested some things quickly to go for it. I do want to play. It's on my Deus Ex is on my list of games I would love to play on stream. And also, I always keep memeing that, like, not memeing, but like I keep suggesting it's like, oh, you know, maybe one day I should do a standalone retro treatment set for Deus Ex, because it's a very moddable game. Like, I had a mate who only got, like, a bit into it. Like, he tried for, like, 5 hours, and he was like, yeah, no, it's just, like, not his cup of tea at all. And that's fair, but it's such a grower, and then it's so... Oh, the writing's amazing. And the world's amazing. It's, like, just peak, like, explore level design. It's great. So, I like it. It's not on DOS. No. It's a 2000 game, so it would definitely have to be... released under the standalone kind of label. Yeah, there's a lot of systems in the game, but also simultaneously it's not I don't think it's like too overwhelming, because you don't have to engage in all of them. Also, wow, what? I wandered all this way just for that platform to be the wrong way. You don't necessarily have to engage in all the systems. Like, the game really flows quite naturally no matter how you play, which is really nice. Yeah, Cyberpunk Thief, basically. Okay, so there's a button way out over there. There's holes everywhere, because that's the only way we can provide challenge at this point in the game. I mean, fair, but also, like... And now I'm just wandering back to the beginning of the stage at this point. So there's the switch on the wall. I hit the switch. Is it timed? It was timed! Ugh. I hit that switch going through, and that's why I was like, huh? Probably explains why it turned on me. So you have to hit the switch and make sure you don't fall off the cliff. know, it seems to have a lot more time on it now that I've gone through. I actually wonder if being in the I'm so glad I can't carry this over. There you go. I wonder if being in the menu actually uses the time for the Switch. Probably. I wouldn't put it past the game. Also, that's some weird platforming right there. Yeah, speaking of remasters, yeah, was there another one in that presentation, or no? I can't remember. I can't remember really a lot of the other things that were in that presentation. They didn't even show Ghost of Yotei, although that's almost out. But like most of the things they showed were Blood is getting a remaster of a remaster. Oh, as in the Night Dive remaster's getting a remaster? I like the Night Dive version, it's pretty solid. I definitely won't rule it out for the games that I've... my ever-growing list of Night Dive releases I've played. Blood Refreshed Supply. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that one. They didn't add any new levels to that Blood release. Is that a health bar? Maybe if I played a song. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Am I meant to just run around while playing this and eventually I'll go to sleep? Oh, it was incomplete. Ah, classic Atari, though. I do remember Atari was, like, very aggressive about certain things, but... I felt it was okay, but I don't know. Is that it? That's all I need to do? Just hold L enough and run past? That was it. Cool. We're trapped! This time Warner Bros. Oh, that's good that Warner Bros. Is publishing it now. Also, doesn't Night Dive have No One Lives Forever? Oh my gosh, these spikes are so hard to see. It's the Devil's Snare! Something about Devil's Snare liking the damp and the dark. Okay. $30! Well, I will say I have slightly more interest in purchasing that than the Deus Ex Remaster, which you can very, very get on sale. Well, actually, you're probably not going to see that Deus Ex Remaster on sale very much after this, because they never put the old Tomb Raider games on sale anymore. This is so iffy. Oh my goodness. $66% for this. Okay. Well, at least there's a discount. But still, I would have liked it to be a free upgrade. I know that's a bit, you know, how would I say, somewhat entitled, like literally, are you entitled to a free upgrade? Well, you know, it depends on the thing, but it's also like, yeah, you know, I bought the, you know, the Night Dive remaster, and then it's like, oh, now I gotta pay for it again. Okay. That's nice, though. That also means that I'd have to play it then, instead of the regular version. To be fair, though, out of all the build engine games, I would have probably played Shadow Warrior next, which doesn't have a Night Dive remaster. Maybe. I heard a real big sound, just like off in the distance. I don't know where that was from. Oh, I must have hit that, which blew him up? Okay. Oh, it's always fun doing a remaster and you don't have source code or anything, you're just kind of winging it. Thank you, Final Fantasy X. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? I fell through a tiny little crack. Ugh. Gosh. So, I think was there another, so the reception to this news has been a bit mixed. And not as mixed as Payday 2 at the very least, right? I'll get into that one in a bit, but... Okay, good news. He only shoots diagonally. I mean, diagonally. Yeah, the Payday 2 ones. So for reference, for the historical ones on Payday 2, for the historical people who are going to look at this video in 5 years and be like, what do you mean, what did they do for Payday 2? So in the past week, Payday 2 announced they would be adding a subscription service to I guess the way that you can buy and then play the DLCs. They were like, well, you know, there's so many DLCs. Where does someone start? And the easy answer is the bundle that you made. That's where someone like starts with all the extra. Oh my gosh, these platforms were so out of sync. They were much better the first time. Now it's like, ugh, ugh. Okay. But yeah, they were like, yeah, you know, we got this subscription model, and the price isn't like, how would I put it? Like, if you wanted to get into Payday 2, I guess, like, you get access to a bunch of stuff for a fairly low price for 1 month, but the problem is, it's not ownership. And so we end up in this spot where it's like, okay, well then, in a couple of years' time, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to shell out some more money for that DLC, I guess. Obviously, the old method of purchasing them is still available, but what makes people mega upset is that it technically increased the price of the old one. So there used to be a bundle, and there still is a bundle. Yeah, if a purchase is not ownership, exactly. But the price of the bundle, while the price of the individual items stayed the same, the bundle discount was intentionally reduced at the exact same time the subscription model came out. So to complete your collection of DLCs, you'd have to pay more money. If you're a new purchaser, you gotta pay more. If you are an old purchaser who needs just only a few things more, you still gotta pay more. They're basically, you know, I guess browbeating the fact that you hadn't paid to play your Payday 2 DLC now. And going, well, you gotta buy the subscription model. It's the cheaper way now. But I always get very, like, up in arms about, like, that kind of stuff, because it's just like, digital games, especially, you know, Payday, do not get more expensive over time. There's no scarcity with digital goods. There is no reason why a digital version of a game becomes more expensive over time. Like, literally none. Unless you say, like, server costs have gone up, but I'm like, no, not the server costs. That's... Also, Payday 2 is, like, barely server-based as well. It's got a matchmaking server, that's it. Like, one where you can see, like, who's playing the game. It's not actually hosting any sessions or anything. So, increasing the price, and... yeah, increasing the price is just... it's a scummy move. Also, on top of that, just to add, Payday 2 not only is a 12-year-old game, it has a sequel. They spent so much effort into making a Payday 3, and they were so over budget that they you know, continued making Payday 2 DLC, and probably not as great value Payday 2 DLC. Also not as good value Payday 2 DLC, just to pad out the budget, just to go, hey, we need to be able to, you know, make this game, and we've run out of money. And who knows, maybe they will continue to run out of money, because I'm not too sure if people exactly like Payday 3 either. But listen, man, I don't want them to go out of business because of this. I want them to do better, but I also, like, man, you know, like, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if you're losing so much money and you pull a desperate move like this, because that doesn't read well. No one's gonna like that. do I hit the fire, right? Yeah. Maybe that was my problem. I should have been hitting the fire for all these other ones. That's okay. I can just work my way back here. There you go. You guys are safe. Okay. Well, we did it. We made it to the next room. Now I need to catch that flying key. But you'll need the right key. So we play it like Quidditch. Everyone likes a bit of mode 7. Remind me again, how did Harry know which key was the right key? Like in the movie or in the book? I like it though in terms of the games. It gives you an opportunity for... It's yellow. There you go, yeah. Gives you an opportunity to use the Quidditch game again. Even if the Quidditch game is mega easy in this. Oh, now I gotta play chess. It's so weird that they have this and they never establish wizard chess. Also, hi. Okay, what happens if I press the buttons? This is not how we play chess. There you go, I made it. No, we gotta actually do something here. Would you look at that? The strategy works now. All we have to do is just actually use Flipendo on them when they're on top of a button. Just like those statues that we thought did that, but never actually did. Alright, listen, Ron and Hermione, you could just literally press that last button for me. Oh, is he going for it? He's going for it. Unless there's an extra button that Hermione had to push. Nah. Ron's just gonna sit there. Ron's just gonna sit there. Okay, sure.
Potions challenge.
Look, there's a note. But 4 ingredients shall the cauldron drink, so find them all and watch them slowly sink. Upon the switch, a partner then must stand to bring the blackest fire near to hand. A sip of potion you must acquire to gain safe passage through the fire. I think it means we have to find the ingredients. It's literally there. Okay. Another interesting news. Ooh. Isn't it weird that we had that like tutorial where it's like, oh, you know, you just return to the cauldron to get another one. Oh, wait, hold on. Did the Wiggenweld potion give me a life? That explains what happened earlier. Continuation of a previous one. Hey, go on. Go on. It's all good. I was going to say as well, I played Rise of the Triad, the Night Dive remaster, and I can safely say I really don't want to play Rise of the Triad again. I'm not playing it on stream. It's a very mid-game, unfortunately. It's got a great soundtrack. I kind of dig some of the digitized actors and stuff, but it's so sloppy. It's so much of a slog. Rise of the Triad, the 95 game. Even the remaster, they were like, yeah, we've got the extreme Rise of the Triad levels, and you know, you really don't have to play through those. And no, I played through them, and oh boy. It just got worse and worse. Tom Hall, you are an absolute mad lad. I will never forgive you. Man, if only that door was open. It is quite evil. It's not ridiculously harder than the base game, but when it is harder, it's like, oh, it's just cruel. I don't get the compelling angle. It's janky, definitely. My problem is that everything's a bullet sponge. Wolfenstein 3D kind of has this problem as well, and for a game that came out in late 94, early 95, it's like, oh, we've now had better shooters. And on top of that, Tom Hall worked on Doom. He should know better. But he still did Rise of the Triad, so I don't know. It's very endearing how weird it is, though. Like, it's like, well, you know, they knew what they were doing. Can I kill him with the... Nah.
Nintendo!
I can sort of trap him in there. Also, whenever you die and you have to sit through the animation, it's like, oh. I just want to hit the button and move on, you know? And there's too many quick kill insta-deaths. There's too many things where it's like you fall down into a place and it's like, yep, if you accidentally hit quick save, you know, save's gone. Or you kill yourself and use the very bizarre life system. Which, again, Tom Hall, you worked on Doom. You should have known that, like, you don't need lives anymore. It's so bizarre. Hold on tight. I should cover that up and wander all the way back. Anyway, I distracted you with my Rise of the Triad. Remember the laser active? Only by you mentioning it. that's the only context I have for the laser active. Could have looked it up on Google. I could have. I mean, I'm not giving Google any of my advertising money. There was like a fun post I saw on Hacker News, which was like, most advertising is based on history, but it's like usually after I've looked up something, I've bought it, which means I don't need another one. But the advertisers often just don't know that. They just keep thinking you need to buy more of it. So it's like, who wins from the advertising here? It's so weird when you hit the block and it goes backwards. I'm in jail. I'm in jail. There we go. Last time I told you about how this platform was only recently emulated. It's now perfectly emulated. We've hit everything. Tell me what's going on. What have we done? What have we done? I'm all ears. Well, my guess of 1 hour 12 is apparently not held up. This game is actually taking its time. And I'm somewhat glad I didn't stick with it in that one stream. Yeah. Well, I wandered into this room and we defeated the enemies. You need laser active exclusive games. You needed 1 of 2 add-ons. Everyone likes systems with add-ons. Level. I hit the switch. Unless it was through here. Yeah, it was through here. I just walked straight past it. There you go. Last time, they emulated the one made by Sega. Oh, we got the other one now. We got the other one now. Oh. We're back to this. Oh my gosh. Like, I wish you could have like a little bit of an AoE clearing. We now have emulation of the one by NEC. Nice. Very nice. So the question is, retro achievements when? Nah, like I'm curious when we're doing this. When we're supporting more stuff. I say where as if like I'm part of that deciding team. I'm not part of it. It's already out on the nightly build of Ares. Ooh, very nice. So I guess any time. Will we do small release sets? Because I guess how many games are for this thing? is there any reason to do a big rollout set if it really is like a small library? Or is it just like, I just support it and just let people start doing stuff? Because yeah, if I was about to, yeah, like, does it even need a rollout set? Who knows? Actually, it should have a complete set. It's like we only go live when there's, when it's entirely done. Ah, I see what they want here. They want me to figure out how to push these while also using Wingardium Leviosa on the ones that do need it, I guess. Yeah, I don't think people were wrong when they classified this as a puzzle game. Because it's like, well, you know, you do have these puzzles, but it very much also is just a very ordinary GBA action game at the end of the day. A lot of them had this kind of puzzly aspect. But I always made, he wants to add retro achievements. Oh, the swizzle. Well, is the swizzling a problem on every system? I guess that's the thing. Like, in theory, he can control that, like, certain systems support retro achievements, but not all of them. But I guess, yeah, like, you know, it can get in the way, so... They might, however, be looking into a way... that's nice. I mean, the thing with the Wii rollout is that it's like, you know, we had that chat about the, you know, the swizzling and then also, like, the virtual memory mapping. And I'm like, well, in theory... You need a, what's it, yeah, there's two down here. Hold on. Oh, I've got tons of rocks. Hold on. So when and if we get support for Ares, then laser active shall be ours. True. Or we just make a standalone emulator based on its code. But why would you? Or you make an Ares fork. You just fork Ares. Depends on the open source license. Honestly, I'm not too sure if it'd be the happiest for that one. And honestly, I don't think it's great to maintain like a fork purely just to support a feature just because the, well, sometimes you see it if like the owner or the maintainers don't particularly want to support it. 10 were plus a prototype miss. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, just because the system's emulated doesn't mean every game is. Anyways, throw everything in the potion. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Wow! And use the broom in the flying keys room. You're a great wizard, Harry. Well, this seems like a... Oh my gosh, through the fire and the flames we carry on. This seems like a final boss fight. Voldemort A? Hi there! You! Me! I wondered whether I'd be meeting you here, Potter, but I thought Snape... Yeah, Snape does seem the type, doesn't he? Next to him, who would suspect poor stuttering Professor Quirrell? Now tell me about the mirror. Is it the Sorcerer's Stone inside it? I don't know. The turban sprite. Ah! See what I have become! I have form only when I can share another's body! Seize him. Okay, how do we beat this guy? Oh! Also, oh my gosh, hold on. Wow, these things are going after me. Okay, well the bucket's probably just going to give me a, yeah, beam. Seize and desist. Well, the pillars probably are the key because they were the key in one of the other games. Oh, he's shaking. Oh, I was like, did he fall over just then? Nope. He's so strong he can destroy pillars with his mind. They're real solid stone pillars as well. You know, I feel like Professor Quirrell probably was an alright guy before he had a, you know, a noseless man chilling on the back of his head. But like, I don't know, like... He probably was like a regular dude, right? I don't know. Okay, see, the screen shakes for a fairly long time after these pillars break. So that gives me the idea that maybe this is the thing to do, and it's not just there to block the shots temporarily. Also, why did they break so quickly? You know? Oh! Oh! Yeah, okay. Alright, and then he's meant to hit the mirror, right? Or something. Am I meant to hit the mirror? Is he meant to hit the mirror? Ah! Yeah, okay, he's meant to hit the mirror. Got it. Oh, he's throwing rocks at me. Ah! Even though there's a few laser active games, they're all somewhat gimmicky due to the, laser disc. Oh, okay. Mirror, mirror in my hand, who's the prettiest in all the land? It's a weird angle. Oh, wait, no, he's coming around this way. Reflecto! Oh! Yeah, he decides to just miss the mirror. Throw me again, throw another one. Throw another one. We're running out of rocks. We are really running out of rocks here. Listen, man, it's a 1v1 final hit. He better cop it. Oh, green! Green! Dumbledore smiled. What happened down in the dungeons between yourself and Professor Quirrell is a complete secret, he said. So naturally, the whole school knows. The stone had been destroyed, but Harry remained fearful that its loss would not prevent Lord Voldemort's return. Dumbledore nodded, sharing his concern. Nevertheless, Harry, if our battles do no more than slow Voldemort's return, with luck he may never regain his power at all. Oh my gosh, a 30 or 50 hour long RPG. I wonder how loading times are on it. Harry made his way down to the end of your feast alone that night. The Great Hall was decked out in green and silver to celebrate Slytherin winning the House Cup. When Harry entered, there was a sudden hush. He took a seat between Ron and Hermione, trying to ignore the stares of the other students. Rebellion. Watch some gameplay. Ooh, okay. The House Cup, announced Dumbledore, is awarded to the team with the most house points. At the moment, that would seem to be Slytherin. A storm of cheering and stamping broke out from the Slytherin table. However, continued Dumbledore, in recognition of Mr. Harry Potter's pure nerve and outstanding courage, I award Gryffindor 60 points. Harry's table erupted with cheers and applause. The additional points had won. Oh my gosh, we won the House Cup this time. We did it. I didn't lose it this game. See, I didn't get caught enough. It was the best evening of Harry's life. Better than winning at Quidditch or Christmas or knocking out mountain trolls. He would never ever forget. There you go. We did it again for the 4th time. It sort of pushed through right at the end there. Because a lot of the other levels were like crazy long and those ones were quite chill. The Quidditch stuff, I'm like, it's there, but it's also so ridiculously easy. Like, it feels odd, it feels kind of manic, and then it's like, you get so much time to just hit B at some point. So it just kind of happens there. Yeah, the puzzles were like, yeah, I'm pushing and pulling things. There's probably a lot of things to see extra, get the frogs, but, I mean, you have to, like, double check that you even got them. Nothing in the game particularly cares that you got them, I feel. Like, obviously, you know, we're not going to see any extra modes or anything in the settings menu, but also it's like, you know, like, the game just completes itself, and that's it. That was all it was. That's all it is, so, yeah, is it better than the Game Boy Color version? I think people are going to say the Game Boy Color version's, like, quite fun, or, sorry, quite, like, unique. Jeremy Soule, oh, you know him? You know Jeremy Soule? I don't know him, unfortunately. Oh, I saw his name as well, but I'm like, which one was he? There you go, that was the game. Oh, did he do the OST to Scar? Oh, snap. I didn't put the name to the person, so. Alright. Well, that's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I would like to say Thank you very much to the people on YouTube. You're gonna have to see a different VOD. For the people on Twitch, you get to stay on for a hot moment because we might as well keep it going for a bit. I was like, I need to have something to fill the time in case this one's a bit too short. And I think this is just short enough that I can get away with this. So give me a hot moment to change some video settings because things... Exactly.